Hi all, welcome to another video. I don't know how many of you have noticed today's market where one particular stock has fallen 30%. Yes, it is IEX, Indian Energy Exchange. So a stock falling 30% in a day is something which is very concerning. So I thought I will go deep into it. Another reason is that IEX is there in my watch list from a very long time. So the main reason that attributes to the 30% fall is that CERC, Central Energy Regulatory Commission, implemented a market coupling which merges multiple power exchanges into a single clearing platform. So this will eventually minimize or reduce the market dominance of IEX. Some analysts are saying around 50% of the market share will be gone and it will impact the revenue of IEX by 25%. So that's the reason the stock had fallen 30% today. So this is the news, right? But the main aspect is not that. The purpose of this particular video is, you know, if you don't have a circle of competence when you select a stock, right, things like this can happen. So let me explain that in detail. Like I said, IEX is there in my watch list from a very long time. I was not expecting a news like this at all, to be honest, because I know that it's a good company. I was predominantly checking the business model, uh, meaning how well the company is performing in terms of revenue growth and profit growth. And also, I know that it's a monopoly in power trading companies, right? So I understood that every quarter after quarter, year after year, the revenue is increasing, profit is increasing, the margin is 85 to 90%, right? How can you find such a good company, right? I mean, it's very hard to find such a good company, like in any market if you take. But unfortunately, right now I don't have enough cash to deploy, so I was waiting. It's there in my watch list, uh, but I have not put in any money into it, right? So the fact is that I didn't go in detail through the annual report of IEX, and I never thought that a news like this can occur. Later on, while reading the news, I understood that this was long impending. Uh, People were expecting this kind of a news from some time, but suddenly when it hit really bad, right? So the learning for me, and I think for all of us, is that select a stock where you can understand the business model and you have a basic circle of competence around that, right? uh, of course I could have learned the business model in detail, uh, so only by looking through the revenue increase and profit increase, it's not advisable to select a stock, is what I learned today. uh, yes, fundamentally it's a good company, it's a strong company, and some analysts are saying that yes, there will be an impact, but the implementation will be gradual. But in any case, right, while selecting a stock, either you should have a complete understanding of the company, you should have a good circle of competence around that, or you need to be careful about the potential impacts that can happen, right, to the company. So another example is that, let me put it in this way, another example is ITC, right? Every year we expect a tax hike for tobacco products, right? Because of that, if you see, the valuation of ITC is always in the sub 20s. So we know in 1 year, any year, that can happen. So because of that, investors are very careful, and we know for a fact that anytime government can increase the tax for the tobacco products. So similarly, this is a very good learning experience. The curious case of IEX falling 30% a day. Right? You think about it, right? Somebody invested yesterday into IEX, say for example 1 lakh rupees, and today that 1 lakh is turning to 70,000, right? 30% fall is a big fall, that too in a day, right? Wiping out 30% of your net worth is not something that that needs to be taken silly. So that's the reason I thought I will explain that, and it's a very good learning experience. I'm reiterating it again and again, because if you don't have a circle of competence around a company, around a business, it's always better to stay away from such talks. So IEX is giving us that particular learning. So hope going forward we can take this as a good lesson for value investing. So yeah, that's all about it for today. I will come with another video. Till then, take care. Bye bye.